Good evening, you guys. My name is Marlene, if we haven't met, and this is Marley Grace Creations. Welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out tonight. We are on day 6 of pumpkins tonight. So I have this huge door hanger, and we're just going to paint that. I started painting some without you, so that way you just won't have to sit and watch me paint and paint and paint and paint. I'm going to paint some more, and then I'm going to put a bunch of details on this. Hey Louise, how are you? Tonight's a door hanger, a pumpkin door hanger. I'm just going to get some orange paint. I started painting a little bit of it a while ago. Well, got the first ugly coat on here without you because, you know, it's just a big surface to paint. So, but it goes pretty quick, actually. I hope you've had a good day. Hey, Nancy. I'm just painting a big, huge pumpkin. Big pumpkin. I just drew some lines up here for the stem. So this is just one of those great big pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. And I just have a little bit of, well, the first coat of paint on it. Barely. So, hey Susan, how are you? And you guys don't forget to share me out, invite your friends to come hang out with us, and put all those sweet little red hearts if you love what you see over there. Okay, I see 5, but right now I'm seeing Nancy, Louise, and Susan. Hey Susan. That's all I see, but it says 5. You know, there's a lot of people who come on and I don't see. And the other night, it never fails. It never, ever fails. Okay, what in the world is she barking at? Anyway, I do not have rights to that music. It's not music. What in the world was I saying? The other night, back to what I was saying. The other night, my granddaughter and grandson were on here. And she kept talking, and my grandson was like, "Is Nana mad at me?" And she said, "I don't think so, Cooper. Why would she be mad at you?" I said, "I don't know." And, okay, there's 8, but I only see 3. So, but anyway, hey, Connie. But anyway, I didn't never even acknowledge them because I didn't see them. I don't see all the comments. Facebook picks and chooses. I'm not sure why they pick and choose, how they pick and choose, but they do. And so later on, when I went back to, hey, Diane, I see 9. At the top, I see 9. Yep, but I don't see 9 people. Do you? I don't. But anyway, I went back to check my comments, you know, and answer questions if there were any. And sure enough, there was her and Cooper. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the whole live. And I thought, well, maybe I missed over them. And so I asked my daughter, and she said no. I said, well, if that ever happens, tell her she needs to keep talking. And, you know, and maybe I just overlooked it and looked down and got busy. And she said, no, Mom, she did several times. I'm thinking, okay, well. So you know, if that ever happens and you're trying to get my attention and you feel like you're invisible, I hate that feeling. But when you feel like you're on here and you feel like you're invisible, go out and come back and see if that helps. Because sometimes you guys, you can be on here, I do not see you. And so if I'm not answering you, I'm not ignoring anybody. So there you go, another FB episode. So, hey Donna. So I'm just getting some orange paint. Tonight we are painting an orange pumpkin. I only see 1. Only see 1. Okay, there's 10 at the top. but I don't think I see 10 people on, but it's okay. It don't matter about all that. I don't care. It's just, you know, I just don't want to be ignoring anybody. So let me spread some more of this orange around. It already has a rope to hang it on the door, so I don't have to put a hanger and all that on here. But you can change it. If you want a different kind of hanger, you can change it. Sad, we love our grands. I know. And that was my great-grand, and he loves to come on here, especially with his Mimi, and talk. And sometimes I answer him, you know, at least acknowledge, but I didn't. And he said, is she mad at us? I'm like, no, I was not mad. I didn't see you. This came from Hobby Lobby, and it's just a great big wooden pumpkin. And right now, their fall stuff is 40% off. So if I'm not mistaken, I paid about $4 for this. Pumpkin time. Yes, Connie, it is. I could not decide tonight if I wanted to do this great big pumpkin, if I wanted to do a little navy blue and silver pumpkin, but I couldn't decide what I wanted to go on top of it. I will as soon as I figure that out in my head. But, and then I was going to do this one in shabby chic, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to do an orange, traditional orange pumpkin. Hey, Trish, how are you? So let me get this dry, and then we'll get some more details on here, paint the stem and all that stuff. And this is just, what is this? Anita's acrylic, and it's called Terracotta. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. They have it on sale. I think Anita's is usually on sale for about 98 cents a bottle. Hey, Victoria. And this is not chalk paint, so when you're using acrylic, you need to be a little more, you know, like make your stuff go the way it needs to go, because sometimes when it dries, it leaves a few brush marks, and there's not much we can do about that. I know you can comment, because I see Trish's comment. Well, I've seen several. That's good. Sometimes, unless I swipe you over and swipe you back, I don't see any comments. But I'm seeing those. I hope everybody's had a good day. It was a little bit cooler here today, which is a good thing. This is Pumpkin Day 6, y'all. Hey, Gloria. And I did a reel. Now, the one I did last night is not in the reel. But if you find my reel, and you guys, that brings me to something else. If you guys go and watch my reel, you know, just make sure that you put a like or whatever they're asking there, because a lot of people view it. But, you know, that's what all it says. Let me get another color and go over this a little bit. Hey, Crystal. I'm just dry brushing almost. And I'm using the same brush that I used to do the orange pumpkin. So there's still some orange in there too. That is way too much. But we'll fix that in just a minute. Ruth. How are you? I'm just getting some details on here so it'll look like it has some, it won't look so flat. So I'm just using a couple of other colors to give it some, to make it look rounded. Oh, thank you. This is a very old LuLaRoe. I've had it a long time, but they are so comfortable. Starting to see a little bit of something there. Hey, Rosie. How are you? I'm just barely getting some on my brush and just kind of making that center, getting some roundedness in there. See, it's starting to take some shape. It doesn't look like just a flat pumpkin. Hey, Terry. And I'm using the same brush. I haven't changed brushes, y'all. How are you, Terry? You know, did Lisa have her live last night? You know, I got up this morning and realized I forgot about it. I am good. I'm good, Rosie. Hey, Linda. Did you paint all that and I missed it? Well, I painted the first ugly coat before everybody got here because, you know, it's just painting a big surface. Now I'm just adding some colors and giving it some depth. That's all. So I'm just using the same brush. I'm not, there. That looks better right there. Let me get some more orange on there. Hey, Vicky. You guys share me out and invite your friends. It's fun. So much fun to hang out with everybody. Okay. Blending just takes patience and time, and it's just paint. It's just paint. So I love that one. So now if I get the other one like it, I'll be happy girl. Thanks, Terry. It's always hard to do. You're using your right hand to do both, and sometimes it's hard to do the other side. You get one side perfect, and it's hard to get at the other side, but we'll just keep plugging along, keep playing with it. All right, let's try a hair. Right here's where I want it. Okay, it's getting there. See now it's getting some shape. It doesn't look like a flat pumpkin. Turn what around? Turn this around. Facebook kicked me off or something. Oh. So there's just, it's starting to take some round shape and not so flat. Is that what you meant, Terry, by turning it around? Thank you. It'll get there. It might take us a little while to make it look like it's a real fat pumpkin is what I'm looking for. Okay, there's a little more depth. Sometimes that's hard for me to dry brushing. It is. It is, and it's just paint. Just, you know, and up close, it doesn't look good ever. So when you're doing it up close, you work and you work and you work. You just have to, like, hold it out. See, when I hold it up to show you guys, I'm happy with some of it. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and they're on sale. Whoa, about dragged that paint off. They're on sale right now, and so you can get this great big pumpkin for about $4. Let me get some dark down that way. Y'all, I can't paint without this. I can't paint crafts. I can't paint furniture. I always have that thing in my hand. Okay, that's too much, but we can fix that. Just keep blending, 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 blending. It is a huge pumpkin. It's going to be a door hanger. So, it's going to be a door hanger. It's getting there. I'm liking that so far. Let me get a little bit of dark, a little dimension right here on the edges. And I'll show you in just a second. I know it's hard to keep all this in the camera, but these are the edges I'm working on right now, and I'll show you in just a minute, and then you can see better when I start doing some details. There, I put some more dark right there, and put some more dark right here. So now it looks like it's got 3 sections, right? So that is my goal for starters. So you just blend, blend, blend. And use some water, and use several colors of paint. Okay. Driver. No rope today. Well, there's rope on this. Look at the rope. See the rope? But it's not going to be on the top. Nope, no rope for this pumpkin. Only that holder right there. They put it there. Let me get this dry, and then we'll change colors and give it a little more detail. It's hard to keep. There's no way I can keep all this in camera, but you guys can see as I go. So will you tell us all the colors? Yes, Terry. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this warmed up here, and then I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I haven't used all the colors I have out, but I'm going to tell you what I have out. And then as I go, if somebody will remind me, I'm so bad about that. This is the main color of the pumpkin is terracotta. Now you can get all colors of oranges. To me, this is the most fall. I don't know. I just love this color on a pumpkin because to me it looks more realistic and not like bright in your face pumpkin. And I had a paper towel. I've already thrown it away. And then the other color I used just now to blend this is called Brown Iron Oxide. And it's by Ceramcoat, Delta Ceramcoat. And I have some white I'm going to use, and I have some gold I'm going to use, maybe. It's just called yellow. It's multi-surface. It's just yellow, but it's kind of a golden yellow. And then I have some really, really, really dark green I'm going to use for the stem. Not going to let you forget the rope. No, I'm not. I started to wrap the thing in rope for meanness, just for the heck of it. But I want it to come down somewhat, so I'm not. But it's got a little rope on it. So I'm going to add a little bit more down here to give it more of a little bit of a dimension at the bottom too. I'm looking at it, and this bottom looks a little bit on the flat side, so just pretend that it goes up a little bit on the bottom. Y'all, this is just play with it. Just play with it. Let's see if that helped. I can't tell looking up close to it. A little bit. It's okay. It's okay. The bottom looks like it's not flat, so. You're not going to let me leave that down, are you? It's okay, too. Okay. I'm going to turn this around and paint it upside down so you guys can see this. And this is just the stem. Now, there's no details or lines or nothing on this. Let me in on the rope joke. Crystal, girl, if you go watch my live about, guys, what, 3 days ago? Is it day 3? And they're upstairs, or I'd grab it and show you. But I was attempting to make these pumpkins out of glass jars and put little lights in them to sit outside like at the patio or whatever, right? Well, the person that I watched do it, it was adorable. I thought, well, this is easy. There's nothing to this. This is easy. I can do this. Had rope, and it was kind of big rope. And so what they did was, and I've made a beehive like this before, but that thing was huge, and it went around, and you get closer in the center, closer in the center, closer in the center, and then you end up with this. Hey, Lane, I thought about you today and was gonna text you or call you tonight if I hadn't seen you. I hope you're okay. I have missed you. But anyway, back to that, Crystal. That was the awfulest looking. Now, the other one was cute, and this one was cute after a little while. But if you go watch that live, Shelly cracked up at church. She said, you just kept saying, man, this is ugly pumpkin, this is ugly pumpkin. And it was. And so anyway, I got to looking at it and thought, you know, I got to save this. I can do this. I know I can. I just got to look at it, keep thinking about it. Man, I reached down and I jerked that rope off of there. And so anyway, I attacked that thing. It pulled it off, and we finished it, and it turned out cute. And they're adorable. They're upstairs on the kitchen table. But anyway, you have to watch it to see that. So, okay, this is just plain, flat. And all I did was I drew like this right here, kind of. And so that gives you the top part of the pumpkin. And then if you'll just kind of go like this, and like this, and there's no certain place, but if this is a hint right here, because that comes up, so just take that and go up, and then this one's not quite in the right place, but take that one and just, you know, go in a little bit because it's far. It's okay though, and just go up, and so you have kind of like an oval in the middle. I'm so sorry, Lane. And so, you just blend, I painted it orange, the terracotta orange, and then I sprayed it with some water, and then I took some iron oxide brown and just started blending it in the orange with the same brush. So it blended the orange and the brown. And so that is how I ended up with the dimension on there. Now, you know, it's not perfect. I'm not a painter. I do love to paint, but I'm not a painter. So I just do the best I can. She tore into it like an angry cat after a mouse. I did, Nancy. I'm telling you what, it was horrible. It was horrible. So, hey, Wanda. Good to see you on. I'm going to use this Fusion Mandarin Green. It's really, really dark green. But I kind of wanted some dark on here, so I'm going to do this. I'm not sure if this brush, let me get that rope out of my way. Hey, Sue. And I'm not worried about the edges right now. I might not at all. This is a door hanger. I will paint the back eventually. I won't do it tonight. And I'll just paint the back solid orange. No details or nothing on the back, just orange. And I love this really, really dark, rich green. Hey, Carolyn. I need a sharper brush than that. This will do it, I think. Hey, Pat. Welcome back. And there is no certain way to do this. Just look at your pumpkin, find some pictures of a pumpkin, and look at the top of it. The stem is not just straight and it stops. It kind of goes out into the top of the pumpkin. Hi, Diane. We have more Dianes on here tonight. Welcome, you guys. I'm going to need a little bit more of that. Okay, I'm just kind of getting it across there. Part of that probably should be orange. I'm going to have to step back and look at it here in a minute and see if I need something there. I don't know. And I may step back and go, that stem is bad. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Carolyn Temple. Carolyn Iceman's on. Carolyn Temple's on. Welcome, y'all. Okay, so now when I got this done today, I thought, that looks like a tomato. So I shouldn't have told you that. You won't be able to unsee that now. But anyway, it looks like a big orange tomato to me. But we're going to fix that. Hey, Franklin. Let's see. Let me get my brush cleaned off here. I need a little bit of burgundy. I don't have any burgundy out. Let's see. No, it's not really a burgundy. It's, this is burnt sienna. This one is French wine. I'm going to use French wine. Yes, I am. I'm going to use French wine. Hey, Joe. How are you? This French wine is almost gone. I'm going to have to find some more of it. If I even get enough out to do this. Hey, Mary. How are you tonight? Okay. Let me get some of this water off my brush. I'm just going to get a little bit of my brush, and y'all, I'm just kind of putting the tip of my brush in there, and then I'm kind of tapping it off. See, around the edge, I'm just kind of tapping it off. I want some burgundy in there in this detail, because it really just should be there. And it's not very much either. Feeling good again. Good. I'm great. I am great. I've had a good day. Went to Hobby Lobby. Went through the fall stuff again. Bought a few new things. I do not like the way that looks on the bottom. I can't get that bottom right. I will eventually. I want it rounded. Whoa. Nope, I don't like it. That's another thing about blending. You can just keep blending. And the sad thing about it is when you get it just like you want it, and then you think, okay, I'll add a few more details, and then you mess it up, then you mess it up. But you can do it again. I hear you. Okay. Paper towels. Okay, now I'm going to add some gold. I want it to look like up towards the top, there's the sun is up there. I better get a clean tray for this one, or else I'll have that gold blended in with all that dark stuff. And this is really, really, really dry brush, for real. And I scrub it in there. So this is one of my favorite things to use, is an old stencil brush. And I have another brush. Let me find it for you. Well, I can't find it right now. I have an old brush that I cut off. So if you have a brush, let me look right there a second. I'm not seeing it. If you have a brush that you've let stay out in the air too long and it's got paint clogged up in the ends right here, just chop it off. See, I've had to change my bank number. I need to get, that's okay. We'll talk about that later. No worries. So that way you can just have something just to scrub some paint into a surface. You don't want to actually paint it right now. I'm just like scrubbing this in. What I'm doing is like looking like the sun's been on it, almost like the top of a peach. See, I'm just scrubbing it in there. And I didn't have much. So I'm just going to show you this one spot. See that one spot? It's still a little dark. That's the color, I'm sure. But I'm just like scrubbing it in. And I don't like it looks like it's one spot. I'm just going to drag it. Give your granddaughter her journal. No, I haven't finished it, Terry. I haven't finished it, but I need to. I've got a whole lot done, but I'm not done. I asked her one day. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Can you guys see that? Let me turn it around. I hope I can see what I'm doing if it's upside down. I barely have anything on this brush. Barely. Right now, I want it to look like the sun kissed the top of it. So you can't see any brush lines. It just looks like, it's kind of like when you put blush on yourself. Hey, Jane. And I'm going to do that to the other side. See, when you first start, you go, oh no, because it looks like paintbrush marks. but you just keep scrubbing it. Just keep scrubbing it, and it turns into like a blushy look. But you've got to have a rough brush to do this. Don't be afraid to use some water. That'll blend it and drag it as you go. And it'll blend these other colors because that water will activate those other colors. And that spot in the middle, well, it's because I dripped paint. Let me get some orange and go over that. It's amazing how far a drop of paint will go if you have it wet. Okay, now I need to do this side over here. And I'm just getting the top of the pumpkin. Looks like the sun has shine, you know, is shining, or like I said, kiss the top. You don't need to do this yellow anywhere on the bottom. Maybe right in here because, you know, it's going to be on the front of the pumpkin too. And this is literally just a speck of paint that's just being drug. There. They're not dry, but you can see it looks like, now that's got to go away. And I want this more rounded right here too. Hey, Helen. Oh, no. Can't break my good brush. How are you, Helen? You know, I was at my place today, where I have my booth, and I was asking if anybody had a crochet doily. I have some, I had some, my grandmother gave me some. I don't know where they are. I could have given them to my children, I don't know, or put them up for safekeeping, but I couldn't find them. So I thought, well, you know, that's an antique place. Surely somebody there would have some. I looked all over the place. I found one, and it really wasn't what I was looking for, but I can make do. And so while I was in there, one of the little girls, she has a really sweet little antique booth. And she said, is that for tonight's pumpkin? And I looked at her and I said, tonight's pumpkin? Are you watching my lives? And she went, yeah. I said, Laura, you never say anything. She said, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I said, well, so you guys that are sitting at home, just say hi. You know, that's all I need you to do. You don't have to talk. You don't have to say a word. Okay, I'm not sure about the top of that. Is it getting something right here I don't like? Hey, Shelly. Shelly don't mind saying, speaking up, do you, girl? There we go. Let's just spread it out. See how far that goes? Let me get some orange and blend that in. Too much? What's too much? The yellow? We'll get there. I want to stay in a circle. Hey, Brenda. There we go. Let's get that blended. add a little more orange back to this. There we go. We're getting there. The yellow in that spot, but you are okay. Blending it out. Yeah, man. I looked at it, and when I held it up, I'm like, that one spot is just stuck out like a sore thumb. See, and that's what I'm saying. You don't know when it's up close in your face. You've got to hold it up, stand back, and take a look at it. So it's getting there. Do you like to paint, Mary? Blending furniture's hard. Woo-hoo. It's getting there. It is getting there. Let me add a little bit of burgundy right there. Okay. Now it's starting to look like a peach. Not really. They say never be happy till you put, what's it? It's kind of like the robe, but you're getting there. Somebody has showed you a video. No, go away. Somebody up there's doing stuff. Okay. I don't want to wet this brush, so I'm just going to use my ED will burn it. Not sure what that is, Elaine. Hey, Helen. And you don't know sometimes till you dry something either. So that makes a world of difference when you get the water out of it and get it dry. And then we're going to add some white. Oh, estranged daughter. Okay, now, that's what we have so far. And that, I don't like that either. I've got to blend that too. There we go. All right, now I've got to get into the white. I need to get a new paper towel. Okay. This is a little bit tougher, but you just have to keep playing with it. Now let's blend this white. This will give it a lot more dimension. Y'all, this is fun. Just get your water bottle and some colors and just play, play, play. Maybe before I stop, but not yet. Still not. You love it? It'll be, I'll love it when I'm done. I'm not there yet, but I'll love it when I'm done. And I'm getting ready to give it some texture too, this way. So let me get a little more white over here. Added some yellow. Yes, I have to listen to God too, girl, and that's something I might have to do later on. Love all the blended. It just, you know, it's work, but it's fun. It's fun to me. It's fun. Okay, that, give it, let's see now. Let's see what we got. Okay, right there. I'm not happy right there with something. Let me scrub that in a little bit. Yep. Yep. Okay. Now, oh, that dog. She is, I swear she's getting senile. Well, I don't swear. I don't like to swear. But I swear, I promise, she's getting senile, y'all. She's getting old and senile. Okay, I'm going to use this paper towel. And I'm going to give this pumpkin some texture. Hey, Susie Craig. Give it some water. And I've got to do something to the stem too. Oh. Way too much, way too much, way too much. You know, pumpkins have all kinds of deformities and stuff. They're not all smooth and pretty, right? So we're going to give them some, give it some texture here. Hey, Susie, how are you? That is too much. I can tell by looking at that. Your arms are going to be, yeah, maybe, Ruth. They're already painted up. They're already painted up. I am getting a workout. Okay, I'm adding. I don't want to add any more, but I want to blend those dots around. Well, I have fingerprints now. I don't want fingerprints on my pumpkin. Let me turn that around. I can still use a little bit of that. I just need a little bit. I had to take it off here. Okay, do I need to blend that? Yeah, I like it. It's got some like little speckles. And here's some orange. Let me just blend that a little bit more. I don't want fingerprints on it. Okay, I love it. Y'all love it? Day 6. Hey, Carla. It's okay. We're taking a $4 Dollar Tree pumpkin and turn it into a pumpkin. So, on occasion, I can bake. Let me dry that good, and I'll give the stems some details, a little bit of shadow, and all that good stuff. Who's stirring the pot? Who is stirring the pot? I went too far. Trying to... Nancy. Nancy always stirs the pot. She is good at stirring the pot. Oh, thanks, Ruth. Ruth, do you paint? It does have a little dimension. It does look like a fat little pumpkin, and that's my goal. So, you know, just get yourself some paint. And if you want to watch this video, now I'm not much of a painter, I'm not. But I don't do half bad on pumpkins and some fruit, some stuff. But hey, Lori. Okay, Lori is in here. Lori was in here last night, and she didn't say a word. So, she's in here tonight. Trying to learn. Ooh, girl, learning from me. It's a trick. Hey, Lori. Thanks for speaking tonight. I appreciate you. Lori has a booth, y'all, where I have a booth in the Antique Mall at Heritage Mills. So if any of you are watching and y'all are local, of course, you have to be local because you have to go there. Lori has all kinds of cool vintage stuff. I love her booth. Her booth is the kind of booth where, in my opinion, I could go in there and pull up a chair and get a book, something to drink, and just sit there and read a book in that cozy little booth of hers. I love it. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? Let me find a liner brush of sorts. Let me find some black. Well, let me use this dark brown. Marilyn, how's John's hand? This may not be dark enough to do what I want it to do. I may have to reach over there and grab some black. I'll know in just a minute. I think it's going to be good for a shadow, but not, that's okay. Let's just do this. It was both hands. Oh, we got stung. I never did figure out what happened. And I kept watching and listening, and I could tell it was all swelled up. And I could tell that one day he was trying to eat a sandwich with both hands, and I could tell that it was both hands. So, but I figured it was a bee sting. But you know what happens when you assume, right? So I try not to assume too much. Did it make him sick? They make me sick, real sick. I haven't gotten stung since high school, I don't think. Okay, let me get some shadows in there. Good, I'm glad it's getting better. Sure he was taking Benadryl and stuff. Thanks for the hearts floating over there, you guys. I appreciate it. Now, let me find my favorite shading brush that I've had for like 50 years. Oh, no. Okay, you know, everybody has their favorite shading brushes. This is one of mine. This is not good. Well, it's not good. It's bad, but it's... Let me just use a new one. I can't find it. I've got a shading brush that looks like it shouldn't even be in my craft stash, but it is the best shading brush, and I've had it. I feel like I should be buried with it. I've had it so many years. Maybe it's, seen it's, oh, is that it? No, that is not it. Well, this was one, but it's not a blending brush. Okay, never mind. Sorry for all the information. I'm just going to use this one. I've got too much on here, but I can fix that just a minute. That's not the best blending brush in the world either. You mean tonight or this whole thing? Well, if I can still figure out 30 different ones, 30. Believe it or not. So far, I've got 6. I got a long ways to go, girl. Whole thing, whole 30. You will see. We'll see. I'll do them till I can't figure out what to do anymore. And my children say, Mom, that's never happened. I don't think that's going to happen, so. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's better. Okay. Could you paint this stem green? What would like? Helen, the stem is green. It's green. What would like what? What does it need? Y'all, when I use a blending brush, I get my brush wet and I make sure there's not a drip. See that drip right there that's fixing to come? See it? There's a drip right there. You got to make sure that's not going to get down because it affects that. And just take your corner, take a tiny, tiny bit on that corner. And that is what blends. And you have to do it every time. And you have to use the same corner. If you don't use the same corner, then you're going to get a double line. I'll put it over here so you can see better. See, I just tap it. I don't get all the water out. I just tap it just to keep it from being like soggy, you know, and just, then there's enough paint to drag it and blend it, except it went too far. I'm just getting some dimension under here, y'all. Okay. I would get the wrong corner. Well, when you have a blending brush though, Ruth, see it goes down, it's chiseled, it goes up. So that's that side. Sometimes you want to use the other side. Oh, thanks, Elaine. And Elaine, you asked me the other day about, can you show me like, you know, stuff in the craft room? Yes, I will. I'll do that in the private group one day when everybody can. Well, you know, it doesn't matter because you can watch the replay, but. Okay. And I'm using the darkest brown. You can use black. It's just not as forgiving as the dark brown. And it depends on what you're using. You know, it doesn't matter. It depends on what you're using. Okay. Oh, look at that. I had to fix that. It looks, oh gosh. It looks like that because I just pulled the paint off. Paper towel. Just have to blend it. Thanks, Lori. Let me get some water on here. Okay, I need to come back with some white now. I don't know where my cute little scrubby brush is, but it's wet, so now I've got to dry it. So, you guys, for the ones have seen all the pumpkins, what is your favorite so far? I know what my favorite is. And I know what Lori's favorite is because I talked to her today. But, oh my, okay. Da-da-da. Hold on. There's my. It still might have a little discolor in the center. If it does, I'll have to get back. The sunflower pumpkin. Last night's the sunflower pumpkin, really? Oh, and I got to tell you guys something, too. When you're making molds, if you want to do stems out of molds, y'all, this one was too thin. And so you have to be careful. Now this one is much thicker. I could use this one. See, this one's pretty sturdy. This one was the thinner one, just to show you real quick. And you just got to make sure that you use a fatter mold and put them together. That broke. And I did that on purpose today, just to see how easy it would break. See, there's nothing to that. So just make sure. Where's some that I made today? Hold on a second. I made molds for over 2 hours today, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. I have a bunch of those made. Oh, of course, they're probably in the bottom. I have some sunflowers. I labeled them all. No, I didn't label those, but I know I put them in here. I know I did. Why can't I find stuff when I'm on the live? Did I not put it in? Yes, I did. You like this also. This was going to have words on it too, right down the middle, and I'll show them to you. But because I use so much water to blend, and I still need to work on that spot in the middle, I will do it later, but I won't do it right now because all it'll do, it probably wouldn't stick anyway. You can't put vinyl over water. Now these are all molds. Oh, here they are. Okay. We have a feather too. These are some that I made out of resin today. You cannot do this out of clay. But resin, now this is two-sided. And see how thick it is? It's, this would hold up no matter what. This is hard as a brick. See? So this is going to be some stems. So I went ahead and made 4 of those today. And this one I made the other night with half hot glue and half resin to see, and it works fine too. Hey Vicki, hey Debbie, hey you guys. All right, I gotta do something with that middle. So let me grab some orange and some brown. How are you, Vicki? Got a feather. So I'm just blending it out. Okay, let me dry that and see what I got. I love pumpkin season too, Vicki. Love it. I love the pumpkins, straw, ribbon, rope. So most everybody's favorite was last night. I am shocked. I really am shocked. I know we had a lot of fun doing it. There's a brush hair in my paint. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. It's not dry yet. You see the wet spot? But I think it's going to be fine when it does dry. Just blend it out just a tad. I printed this out, and that's what I was going to put on it, and I will. And I'll take pictures or reel or something. And it says fall, and that's going to be to the side. And this says pumpkin, cinnamon, flannels, bonfire, leaf piles, apple cider, sweaters, and hay rides. And that's going to be in white. And so that's going to be right down the center. So I'll show it to you whenever I get that on there. Let me find my white again and give a couple things, some more details, and this will be done. Let's see, the storm is coming around 1 a.m. I don't know if we're getting a storm again tonight or not. It hasn't rained here today. It's been very, very nice today. Y'all, I'm just using a liner brush. Thank you, Susan. It's fun. Go get one. I'm just putting some lines around some of this and giving this just a little more detail here. You can see it better if I turn you around that way, I think. There, is that better? Love the pumpkin. Did so good. Oh, thank you. I think my favorite one is number 1 and number 4. Is it 4? The cream. Hey, Carolyn Barnes. How are you? Okay, y'all. I think this is gonna do it. Yes. Will there be a pumpkin auction this year? Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to have to do it soon because the pumpkins that are not sold will go to my booth. But I don't want to take them all to my booth if some of you are wanting to purchase these. So, y'all let me know what you want. Okay. See, the white just gives that just a little more detail. So, that's all. There's not much white to it. So, all right, you guys, what do you think? Thank you, Cheryl. So, this pumpkin, y'all, somebody just asked me, these came from Hobby Lobby, and they had quite a few of them the other day. I got 3. I might just go get some more because they were $4.99 with 40% off. I think I gave like less than $4 for these things. You know, it's a lot of work and all that stuff, but it's a lot of fun too. And you guys, it's just paint. If you do it and you absolutely hate it and it's not what you wanted it to be, paint over it, do it again. It's okay. Just grab yourself some paper towels and sponges and, you know, a brush to scrub with. Even if you have to cut a brush down, I'll show you a good brush to scrub with. It's cheap. Hold on a minute. Well, these chip brushes, I always get a small one. They're out in the garage where I paint furniture, but I always get a small one. It's like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, I forgot. And I cut it short. So I cut it way down here, like right there. And so there's only like that much sticking up, and that makes a good brush to scrub paint in with. So, thanks, Trish. You paint, don't you? I'm still not happy with right here, and it needs some more white there, and I'll play with that in a little bit. But other than that, I'm okay with it. So go to Hobby Lobby and get you some pumpkins and play, you guys. And I will put those letters on there, but not tonight. Thanks, Carla. Carla, do you make all that stuff I saw on your page today? All those bags and wallets and all that stuff? That stuff is beautiful. So, okay. I'm probably going to add some more highlights here. Well, it looks okay there. It just needs a little more right there and a little bit right there. And I'll play with it a little bit. It's beautiful. If somebody wants to purchase your stuff, can they go to your website? I mean, you're welcome to put some information there. You guys, Carla's Creations, CARLA''S Creations. You ought to see the stuff she makes. It's gorgeous. wallets and bags, and the bags have nice like divider pockets inside and beautiful. I don't like to sew anymore. It's all I can do to sew buttons on a piece of fabric, which I'm going to do in a few days. So, all right, you guys, that's all I have for you tonight. So, it's not a tomato anymore, but it kind of looks like it could be a big old fat peach. The stem's different. And I was going to put a bow on it, and I might, you know, do some more stuff later. So, I'll take a picture when it's all done. So, I just wanted to go over this painting stuff, and it's so much fun. You guys go try it. And if you know, you don't have to go to Hobby Lobby and get a board. You can get a piece of cardboard, cut it out, or just draw on it and sit and play. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go buy a board to do this. Good night, you guys. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate you. And if you're watching me right now, and that red button's up there, you're watching me live. But probably watching me now, I'm not live. Thanks for hopping on. And if you will let me know that you've been here, you can put in hashtag replay, or hey, I'm watching you, or I'm watching the replay, or something. Let me know you've been there. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. All right. Good night, you guys.